Hey, Richie, what's going on? We're gonna get back into Final Fantasy XIV. Second time. Yeah, that's actually why I just started now too. I've been lounging around. I kind of watched a daily video on YouTube, and that takes, that's about an hour long, and then, I'm drinking coffee. I'm on my third cup of coffee. Sleeping in feels so nice. Whoa. All the mail today. Can you hear me all right? And the game? We deserve it. Oh yeah, for sure. We're not going back to work this Friday, are we? Right? We're starting a fire here to attract a beast, I believe. Looks like my stream might be lagging just a little bit. Sure. Oh my. There we go. Doesn't say we're losing any frames or anything, but I think we go back to 13th on Monday. Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, we're attracting this bomb. We're gonna get the fire from the bomb. Alright. The light. This torch. Oh yeah. Could just be the playback that I'm watching on my end. It's a little bit laggy because I'm watching it. This boss is here again. I'm gonna try to sneak past. We did it. All you need to do is take down the runaway bomb and bring me one of its little claws. We got the claw. Unbearably hot to the touch, this remnant of a void scent bomb will set aflame nearly anything it comes in contact with. Aye, you got the ashy bastard, did ye? Once I put this little firecracker in the furnace, that should keep things running for a while. I had myself a bit of a look while you was gone, and Laminion cursed me if the furnace weren't all bent and broken. Small wonder the bloody bomb was able to escape. I patched things up as best I could, but I ain't so smitty. Ye might want to have a chat with that yellow jacket friend of yours in Swift Perch, and have him pass the word back to someone in Limsa. Murderer? There's no murder. Oh my god, Glacier. I muted myself and I forgot to unmute myself. Classic. You don't need a high NPC. Kind of mid-range, or you could have a PS5 for this, for Final Fantasy XIV. And normally there is a subscription, but there's a free to play trial that lasts like it lasts indefinitely as long as you it's about to go into Shadowbringers. So Shadowbringers is probably like 100 hours of main story content, and then infinite amount of hours basically of side quests and other things you could do. You could also play on PS4, but PS4 is ending in 2 years. So if you do play this on PS4, you would then need to think about upgrading to PS5. A timely appearance, as I expected. Shall we proceed directly to the job at hand? I have been tasked with examining the wares of a goblin peddler caravan run by the Boystocks family. Our agents suspect these beastmen merchants of dealing in forbidden goods. As such, I have calculated that announcing an inspection has a 60% chance of inviting physical violence. I mean, that sounds about right. I have about a 60% chance of inciting violence when there's an inspection. I have prepared a strategy to respond to this possible shift in hostilities, but there is an important precondition you should be made aware of before we discuss the finer points of my plan. Though I am considered gifted in the formation of tactics, I lack the reflexes and coordination necessary to employ many of those self-same strategies on the field of battle. Pray keep this factor in mind and adjust your perceptions accordingly. Now, should the goblins offer battle, you are to execute combat pattern 1345, otherwise known as Stratagem Focus Fire. You and your carbuncle will concentrate your attacks on a single foe, and one by one the enemy will wither under their combined onslaught. Probability of victory 95%. Reports place the peddlers in the vicinity of the cookpot in Middle Lenosha. I will depart immediately to assess the situation. Seek me out once you arrive. Fantastic. I'm gonna beat up some goblins. But first, we must turn in the Forge Master quest in Limsa while we're here. Sprint. I did turn down my mic volume from before, so let me know if I'm kind of low. The aft castle. Yeah. There's a Moogle here. We can pick up our stuff. 6 new letters. Thank you. Oh, what's this? Chocobo brush. Oh, it's Pictomancer. I am not a Pictomancer. There we go. Earring. Alright, I got my goodies. So I have 430, 530, 560. Okay, so this is the best earring to equip. Increases XP. I don't think I got anything else. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So now we're OP. Hello, Guildmaster. The furnace in the Brewer's Beacon needs repaired. Birgot's beard. I just sent someone out to tinker with it not a week past. Mayhap the bomb Kishwiz has trapped in there was a touch too volatile. I'll have an artisan visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforcing the casting of that furnace. Your work is done here, adventurer. May the navigator guide you on your journey. I don't really need the helmet because I have XP increasing helmet. I'm going to take the money. We are broke. On the dry docks. Head wants you to assist with the workload over at MMORPG Dry Dock. What say you to taking on some work from Naldic and Vinmills? We have a great hulking warship to build and could certainly use an extra hand for any number of tasks. For your first job, I need you to run this missive over to Antberm and the head shipwright of the MMORPG Dry Docks. We forge most of the ship's bits and pieces here at the Armorers Guild, but the actual construction takes place at the docks, found in the south of Lower Lenosha. That's also where you'll find the main offices of Nalk and Vilm. The MMORPG Dry Docks is one of Limsa's most important districts, at least as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure you'll not regret attuning yourself to the area's aetheryte. If you know confidence in your sense of direction, you best served making use of the chocobo porters, first floor mizzenmast, in case you were wondering. Should you choose to make the trek on your own 2 feet, leave the city through the Tempest Gate and follow the road south. May the navigators guide your steps. So this has us going to Middle Lenosha, and this wants us to go to Lower Lenosha. I think we should do the... See, what level is this? This is level 10, this is level 11. So we should do the level 10 quest first, I think. That makes most sense. There's a chocobo porter around here? Oh, yep, there is. I don't think I ever used this chocobo porter before. Can I even go here? Oh, you can go to MMORPG Dry Docks. Let's go! Oh shit. The porter cuts corners? I figured it would just follow the road, exactly. Do. That looks a lot smoother. For some reason, on windowed mode, it cut my frames. Hello? Is it not going through? Okay, we're good, we're good. So I don't need to talk to that porter. Okay. Rent. Wife. I gotta get that etherite. Touch the rock. Touch the rock. Do, 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 do. Alright. We're tuned. You have a missive for me? From Ford Master Hinanza? I assume it pertains to the pending arrival of the materials I ordered over a moon pass. Let's see it then. An important message entrusted to you. With orders to deliver it to Victory Shipwright Antwerp. There you go. Blast and botheration. Another delay? I am well aware of the shortage of skilled artisans, but this is insufferable. My apologies. The messenger does not deserve to bear the brunt of my frustration. Might I have your name? Kozakura, is it? Well, this proud maiden you see taking shape before you is the Victory, the first new vessel to grace the dock since the calamity. We may have lost the bulk of our ships that fateful day, but starting with this beauty, we will restore the Maelstrom's fleet to its former glory. The Victory is more than a simple warship. It is the symbol of Limsa Laminza's rebirth, from the wreckage wrought by the coming of the 7th Umbral Era. Thus we are striving to complete our construction as swiftly as possible, even going so far as to hire veteran shipwrights from outside the Thalacracy. Yet even with such unprecedented measures, there are never enough hands to handle the abundance of tasks. Should you choose to linger at the docks for a time, there is no end of odd jobs. For a hard-working adventurer, be you fair warned, there is no place here for layabouts and troublemakers. Well, I am both, thank you. Oh yeah, that's better. Ding! Woot woot! Lucid dreaming! I'm gonna need to add more skill slots here soon. Okay. Let's equip these boots. I don't want to equip all that. I just want to equip the boots. Yeah. Level 12. Where in the 7 hells is that man? Not once in 12 moons has he been late with a shipment, and now 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word. A shipwright of mine, a young man named Frizzlemid, recently left Candlekeep Quay to retrieve several crates of supplies ordered from Limsa Laminza, but has yet to return. I have sent several missives to Halbroda, but his replies are always the same. He does not recall ever seeing the right, nor the supplies he has scheduled. to collect. That man knows something, and I severely doubt he is telling me the whole truth. As I cannot leave my post, I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep Quay in my stead and inform Haldbroda that if he insists on playing these games, I will personally see that he is transferred to Turtleback Island, where he can rot alone in the middle of the sea for eternity. Nice. Where is that? Where's that at? That's not even that far away. Alrighty. Sprint. We should leave this way. Get up there. Geronimo! Oh shit! Whoops. Well, shit. I have to spend money to teleport back. Freaking enemy got me at the last second. I would have survived that if it wasn't for that. Well, try that again. Oh, I can go down this way. I knew that. Does that self-righteous dog doubt that I've never told him anything less than the truth? I gotta doubt. I doubt you. Turtleback Island? He cannot do that. Can he? I swear on my poor Nana's grave. Navigator rest her soul. I know not of this Frizzlemid, nor his precious supplies. Hells, we here at the Quay have had enough trouble these past few suns, what with the sinking of that Limson cargo ship off the Salt Strand. I haven't the time to take a proper piss, let alone make note of every scrag that wanders in off the grip. Take these new gloves. Hey, we got some actual stats on our gloves now. Let's go. has a suggestion for the kind adventurer who came bearing the message. Now, the way I see it, if you have time to be standing here questioning my character, then you most certainly have time to get that arse of yours down to the salt strand and help us search for survivors of the wreck. Who knows, you may just run across this fisherman everyone seems so eager to find. Here's to hoping the navigator hasn't found him first. I'll be right back. It's an ambush. Ah. Leave me alone. Thank you for the like. Ah, another ambush. One more. Do you mind? Some people just can't wait to die. Boom. Ruby Carbuncle. Get him. Nice. Ah! Leave me alone. Ah! Oh my god. Sleep. Go to sleep. That night, I was tossed into the sea like some doll of rags, and it weren't long afore the world round me faded to black. As I slipped deeper into the abyss, below, the navigator wouldn't see me to the gates of the 7 hells, and I woke to find myself washed ashore. And here's I's been, ever since, waiting for a chance to salvage me master's cargo. Here you go. The missing parts! I don't know how I can repay you. I'll deliver the supplies right away. But first I must stop by the quay so that I might pay me respects to the widow of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coin. Could ye tell Aunt Berm that I'll be back at the dry docks by daybreak? Many thanks, adventurer. I will not forget this kindness. Well, that's nice of him. Is he gonna give the widow more money? I think this fate might give something. Let's kill it. Go, Ruby. Kill. Does sleep work on this guy? It does. Interesting. So I can heal. I don't really need to put him to sleep. I can just heal. Heal again, maybe twice. Got it. It did not give anything. Well, unfortunate. Thank you, Twitch, for having all the bots and stuff. It's kind of crazy. I don't get any viewers like that on YouTube. But as soon as I go to Twitch, back-to-back days, there's people scheming. I am relieved to hear that both Frizzlema and the supplies are unharmed, though it was foolish for him to believe that I would blame him for that which was obviously out of his hands. You see, there was no storm that day, and the seas here adjacent the dry docks were as calm as a slumbering child. This leads me to believe that the trouble the ships encountered off Candlekeep Quay was of a less natural sort, the sort which the Sahagin had been known to conjure. Nice. Do angry pirates dream? While I originally had doubts about your motives, you have repeatedly proven yourself an asset. I still do not like you, but that does not mean I do not trust you. Why don't you like me? That's rude. Head of the watch here at the dry docks believes that pirates may be plotting an attack on the Victory, and she requires assistance in investigating a group of unsavory individuals making camp nearby. I have recommended you for the task. Despite all Limsa endured before, during and following the calamity, the fact that there are still those who would turn their backs on the city-state so that they might line their pockets with a few handfuls of coin, just the thought of it sickens me. That way. Where is that? Just over here. Yes, I had a feeling you would be the one sent since you first arrived at the Morby dry docks. I have had my men watch you. Oh, there's no need to be angry. I make it a point to keep an eye on all those new to the area. It is simply protocol. And you'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen. That and the foreman seems to think somewhat highly of you, which I must admit is quite shocking. The man doesn't even trust his own mother. Very well, then. I assume he informed you of what your task would entail. The pirates we believe are conspiring to raid the dry docks, were last seen making camp near an ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinner. I would have you approach the men, posing as a lost adventurer, and see if you cannot somehow learn of their intentions. Chnao, stationed at the rear gate, can provide you with an exact location of the camp. These names are ridiculous. Hello, Storm Private. Haha, I knew it! No more sardines for Shanao tonight. I shall dine on the finest salmon on the peninsula. Why? Well, I had a little wager going with some of the other guards on who Artfrim would recommend for the next job. My money was on you. Ah, the job. Yes, of course. If you follow the road past the gates to the southeast, you will eventually come to a barren cape with a single large stone half buried in the cliff overlooking the sea. Followers of the 12 say it's a holy place dedicated to Nemia, the spinner. I'd be surprised if the pirates camped up there were aware of that, though. Alright. Oh, is it over here? Oh, it's over here. I knew that. Again, it's right over here. And the guards are not doing anything. They sent me. What the heck? Hi. I'm giving ye to the count of 9 to step back on that path and carry your venturing arse back down to whatever rock it is ye crawled out from under. You see, I's added up to my ears with your type roaming the ills like they were yours to roam. It's getting to be a man canna enjoy a mug of rum without some shit breath outlander running up and asking which is the way to the local leave mate. 7 L's if I know. I'm a bloody pirate, goddammit. Thall's balls. Once you have me boy back, I'm putting this godforsaken pistol of an island so far behind me, ain't no one will remember I was ever here. Come on, Scrags, we knives to sharpen. Thall's balls. That was easy enough. So the trespassers are indeed pirates, and they are indeed planning something. But what is this talk of getting me boy back? Could it be that their target never was the victory? Something is not right, and I won't sit by idly waiting for those pirates to make the first move. I shall order increased patrols immediately. Thank you again for your help. It appears we were wise to put our trust in you. New book. Nice. A captain of the watch at the Moribi dry docks wishes your aid in dealing with potential intruders. I am concerned, Kazakura. It appears that the pirates I had you investigate are on the move. They creep ever closer to the dry docks, so I must assume they mean to target the Victory herself. That ship is the symbol of everything Limsa Laminza strives to become, and I will not allow these base scoundrels to lay a single finger upon her hull. We must apprehend them before they put their plans into motion, and you, Kazakura, are just the woman to do it. Without your capable assistance, I fear the security of dry docks cannot be guaranteed. Not moments ago, my guards submitted reports of suspicious activity in the area. Pray begin your efforts by listening to one of their accounts firsthand. It matters not whom you choose to speak with, but be sure to question either Ursuritz at the front gate or Chinao at the rear. Any suspect saboteurs you encounter during the course of your investigation are to be interrogated. Report any and all findings directly to me. Alrighty. Well, this one's closest, so we'll go here. Hey again. Hail, adventurer. Glad to have another hand aboard to help shore up security. The gods know our reports would sit on Gimtao's desk, gathering dust if it weren't for the assistance of those such as yourself. Speaking of reports, though, I saw one of those mangy pirates lurking around the cliff near Empty Heart. I'd take a closer look, but he has a chance to cover his tracks. Before he has a chance. Okay. Test. Okay. Sprint. Die. Bah, spotted me, did ye? Well, you're too late. What's to happen is already happening. What's happening is already happening, huh? Alright, this time... Oh, they don't let you jump off here? Bullshit. Whee! See, that's what was supposed to happen last time. But I got into combat. Oh, solo instance. Raisin. Proceed. So you found me one of those pirates, did you? I knew you were the right adventurer to ask for aid. But what could these knaves be planning? What's to happen is already happening. Captain! Trouble at the shipyard. Easy now, soldier. Who did this to you? Pirates, out of nowhere. Stuck me good. Gods below. We are not prepared for this. The pirates, soldier, how many do they number? Not sure. More than I could quickly count. Seem to be carrying explosives. Explosives? Then there's no time to lose. Kazakura, you heard the situation. Make your way to the shipyard and engage those intruders. I will see to this man's wounds, then follow after. Make haste, now. Which way? This way? Yeah, I guess. Okay, Carbuncle's out. Die! Shield. Ah, one more? Stop. Ah, healer. Die, healer. You are a smart man. Oh. Did that work? YouTube is a little bit weird about live streams. Their integration does need a little bit of work. But, I mean, that's okay. Because it's not their main focus, you know? Ah, never reckoned it'd be this easy. Still don't trust those slimy bastards, but their plan worked like a charm. What are you doing, you great bloody fool? Shut your trap, boy. This'll all be over soon. All that's left now is to blow this ugly pile of driftwood into splinters. Why would you do such a thing? Have you any idea how important this ship is? What it represents? Aye. And that's what makes it all the sweeter. Whatever it takes to knock some sense into me treacherous, backstabbing son. Imagine a boy of mine giving up the pirate life to become a shipwright, and building a bleeding maelstrom vessel at that. What under Lemnian's wide green ocean made you take up with these self-righteous shits? Shites, probably. You're the one with no bloody sense, da. Don't you see? The pirates had their glory days, but that era is over. I'm level 16. No, this is very basic stuff right now. I wondered why Antberm never spoke of this father. I never would have thought. This ship's a symbol, all right, of everything what went wrong with the world, and I mean to shatter it into 100,000 pieces. Gimtoa Kazakura, pray beat the tar out of this bloated sea slug and make sure no harm comes to the victory. We're gonna beat up his dad. Talk about daddy issues. We're level 15 right now. Oh, we got ads. And the level cap is 100. That bloody healer. Die! Shit. Okay. You... Okay. 100, yeah. Yeah, no, this is the very beginning. You've caught the beginning of the game. I mean, it's not the very beginning, but it is close. You can go back and watch the first stream if you want to see the very beginning. Ah, Beastman. There we go. Done. Here at the end of the year, this year, the level cap's going up to 120. I must be getting old, letting some green venturer get the best of me. I think it's 20. It might be 110. Frick, I don't remember on the top of my head, actually. Da! We killed his dad. You ever just kill somebody else's dad? It's tough. That one big bloody ship. Big and nasty looking. You made that, did ye? Oh, I got more mail. My thanks, Kazukura. I shudder to think what may have become of the victory without your intervention. The pirates have made a right mess of things. I'd best get to sorting out the docks. And my thoughts could use some sorting out as well. Ever did my father have a way of turning my life upside down? Pray convey my thanks, and my apologies, to Grimota. Hey, appreciate it, Rich. Of course, on his final breath, the dad seemed to have come around just a little bit, seeing just how great of an achievement his son happened to build. How fair you, Kazukura. I cannot begin to thank you for the role you played in preventing this madness. You defended more than a simple ship. You saved the budding hope of Limsa Laminza from a violent demise. The day was yours. It seems our security regimen will require much in the way of improvement if we are truly to keep the dry dock safe. Antprin apologizes. Well, I suppose I can understand why he would feel responsible for his father's actions. Of all those involved, this incident was hardest on him. But, in time, I believe he'll come to a single conclusion. The most fitting way of moving past his anguish is to see the victory completed and in the water. Ah, by the by, the pirates we defeated have been handed over to the Yellow Jackets. Reiner's men will be taking over the investigation. Before the Yellow Jackets moved in, however, we recovered a most unusual object. Should you have time to spare, I would ask of you another favor. We get some antidotes. Yo, level 16! Men of the Blue Tattoos. In light of your role in recent events, there are few others to whom I would entrust this task. Since last we spoke, a curious missive has been discovered amongst the personal effects of Azapin, a pirate behind the plot to sabotage the victory. This missive was penned in the most unusual script, a script we believe to be of some manner of code. Needless to say, anything which a proven enemy of Limsa Laminza deems worthy of enciphering is like to be of great interest to the Maelstrom. Unfortunately, none among us can make any sense of the message. In cases such as this, I am told the Yellow Jackets are wont to turn to Bowderon and his convenient connections. Thus I would have you deliver this missive to the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, into his hands and no other, do you understand? Okay. It's having us go back to the main city, But I think before we go back there, we want to go to Middle Lenosha to take care of this. Which is next to Summerford Farms. Let's take a porter. It's cheaper than teleporting. Come on, Xenos. Come on. Hello? Okay, it is. That's weird. Xenos, get down. Thank you. Sheesh. Hire Chocobo. Oh, I can only go to Limsa from here? Well, that's annoying. Are the Guardians in this one? There's summons. They're the gods in this game. They're not Guardians, though. There is like Shiva. There is Ifrit. There's Ixion. There's Ramu. And all those are gods. Well, they're kind of gods that the beastmen believe in. And when the beastmen are scared, they will pray to their deity, and the energy that they give out by praying and stuff will summon them into existence. And usually when that happens, it wreaks havoc on the world around them. As well as when the gods come into existence, they completely brainwash anybody that is nearby, turning them into thralls that will do anything. And there's no turning back from that. So it's bad when the beastmen summon the guardian forces, basically. Oh. Alright, so we're here. There was no porter outside who goes elsewhere, so I guess since we're here, we'll turn it in. What there is, though, is the Warriors of Light, which you would know from previous games, are like the heroes and stuff. And the Warriors of Light are mentioned several times in the story. Ahoy there, Kazukura. I've been hearing about your deeds at the dry docks. Aunt Brim laid out an entire tale for me. Poor Sod was still reeling at it, as is old man's part in the business. But at least he kept the victory from being sunk before she sailed, and for that I owe ye my thanks. You've really made a name for yourself, in Limsa, lass. Folk know that when you need something done. Eh? You need something done? And what might that be? Whatever language this missive is written in, it is one you are not familiar with. You want someone to read a message writ in funny letters for ye? And Grim Toda thought I might know a man as could? Well, let's see it then. Aye. I reckon I might know a canny bugger what can read stuff like this. Ugly sod by the name of Bateron. It's himself. Wow. You know you're like one of me regulars now, Kazukura. You've never let me down yet, and Navigator helped me. I reckon I can trust ye. Grandma Toa was right to want this message deciphered. We've got us some trouble brewing, and there ain't no mistake. Get ready for action, and I'll explain. No, you don't fight. You don't summon them yourself. In this game, well, there is a summoner class, which evolves from my current class. They wield the book, and they have a carbuncle, but that's like little tiny versions that harvest a small portion of those powers. The player themselves, the player fights them. Most every single one that you could think of from a previous Final Fantasy is a boss fight, basically, in this game. Because they're evil. Well, most of them are evil. There's a couple that are reasonable, but most of them are evil. Good to have you aboard, lass. Now then, where to start? Plankton strike. Back when I was younger and nastier, I earned me living as a sellsword in that business. If you wanted to know what your enemy was up to, you had to learn to read the orders ye prize from the cold dead hands of its mates. That's how I came to know how to read her message. I could barely read his messages. Truth be told, the script was only too bloody familiar. Them Sahagin letters. Sahagin are one of the beastmen type. They are, seafaring. And I should know I've gutted more fishback messengers than I can count. It gets worse, though. The plan to blow up the Victory is all in air, right down to the finest details. Look like they meant to raise 8 kinds of L in Western Lenosha, then the Maelstrom's new flagship, in the confusion. The point being, the attack on the Victory weren't an act of a few rebellious pirates. 'Twas a key part of some canny bastard's grand plan. But if I'm reading this all right, the attack itself came much too early. I'll wager they panicked when they saw ye was onto 'em, rushed in to do the job, and buggered it up. Them tattoo-faced bastards, as they say, was paying Arpron's old man. They're with the Serpent Reavers, right? But none of their crew was there, was they? They have something better to do, or what? Oh, there's Alice and Alphano. 7 L's. I've got it all backwards. That mess at the Victory, that was meant to be the bloody distraction. The fishbags ain't interested in the Maelstrom's baby. They are after men, just like they've always been. They're sending their pirate lackeys after a civilian target. This bit about raising L in Western Lenosha, that's where it'll be. Some tells me Swiftperch is about to get it, and it hard. Here's a rough translation of the message. Take it to Commandeer Raynor at the Coral Tower, and tell him it's for busy day. I don't fucking know. Oh, and give him an end, eh? You can be damn sure you'll need one. Give him a hand, eh? Okay. Okay, so where is this? Oh, it's over here. Touch the rock. It is pretty big. I've attuned to all of Limsa Laminza. It's really big because it's been going for almost 11 years. So it keeps expanding, and it will continue to expand, hopefully for the next another 10 years. Yo, Rainer. Yes, I am Rainer. Ah, you must be the adventurer whose name seems to be on everyone's lips. We're gaining notoriety, let's go. You are to be commended for your part in thwarting the plot to destroy the victory. Now, what can I do for you this day? You bear an urgent message from Baderon? Why do I get the feeling that my hopes for a quiet morning are about to be cruelly dashed? Tell me, what is afoot? Small slip of paper with Drowning Rep's proprietor's Baderon's 10 fingers, unintentionally writing scrawled all about it. That's funny. An assault on Swift Perch, but we've seen nothing to suggest the Serpent Reavers are amassing for an attack. You gotta believe me. Even so, it would be foolish to discount the possibility. Baderon is rarely wrong about such matters. I will marshal the Yellow Jackets for battle immediately. The only question is where to send them. While I concur with Baderon's assessment that the attack on the dry docks was intended as a diversion, Swift Perch is but one of several possible targets for the main thrust. Commodore, sir! Report. It's the Sahagin, sir. They've mounted a large-scale assault on South Tide Gate and threatened to overwhelm our defenses within the day. The garrison requests immediate reinforcements. By the Navigator, it seems my decision has been made for me. Muster the troops and give the order to march. Aye, the Serpent Reavers are in league with the Sahagin, which means there is every chance this assault on Tidegate may yet prove to be another feint. The fact remains, however, that we can ill afford to ignore it, and that leaves Swift Perch vulnerable to those pirates' traitors. It is at times such as these that I wish the warriors of light yet walked among us. But wishes will avail us not. Miyumi, you must serve in their absence. Make for Swift Perch with all haste, and lend your strength to the squads I can spare for the settlement's defense. Of course. We're going to Swift Perch. I really need to do this other quest. Where is this? I think it's on the way. Okay, yeah. We'll go to the Aetheryte Plaza. Alright, we'll get off this chocobo early to go to our destination. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, banana, bum, bum. Bum, bum, banana, Alright, we're coming up. We'll get off. Sprint over here. Oh, it's another solo instance. More raisins. I like seeing the monsters out in the overworld. I mean, I grew up with the random encounters and stuff, and they were cool at the time, but they also got super obnoxious because taking in the loading time to get into combat and then finishing combat over and over again. Though I liked the victory poses and victory music after every battle or whatever. That was really nice. You don't really get that very much in the newer games. Maybe in a boss fight or something, you'll get the victory da na 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 na. But for the most part, you don't get that now. So they both have their pros and cons. I think I probably like random. I like random if you can see them and you can interact with them, and then it goes into a like turn-based combat. I like that more than just a desolate flat ground where you're walking and then you randomly get into a monster fight. So if I can see them and then like interact with them and then get into the fight, maybe get a preemptive attack on them, then that's really what I would prefer 100%. But I think this game does it well, and this is an MMO, so they can't really do random encounters. They have just static monsters that sit around in the overworld for you to kill if you want to. I am Overseer Kilitha of Melvin's Gate. You are to cease all transactions and surrender your goods for inspection. Nasty sneaky peekers. Gobby spit Uplander's nosy eyes on Stabiron. What? A predictably aggressive response. Very well, Kazakura. Remember what we discussed. You like the turn-based more? Yeah. I think a lot of OG Final Fantasy fans definitely prefer turn-based over extreme action combat because it doesn't really feel like Final Fantasy, and that's fair. I mean, that's fair because it really isn't. It really isn't like OG Final Fantasy, but not everything needs to be OG Final Fantasy. Crush your enemies 1 achievement. What was your favorite Final Fantasy, Rich? I got more mail? Jeez. Nicely done. Adaptation, improvisation. I might have been observing our beloved guildmaster himself in action. This was the perfect example of how the strategy for a given task should be tailored for the ability's assessor. In other words, before you begin formulating your tactics, it is necessary to fully understand your own strengths and weaknesses. On that note, there is another question I would ask of you. When it comes to improving the probable success of a strategy, do you consider it more effective to concentrate on playing to your strengths or shoring up your weaknesses? Enhancing your strengths. Again you respond as the guildmaster once did. I must revise the probability for your potential to attain greatness to 97%. You are one to keep an eye on, that much is certain. But to return to the subject of battle plans, your calculations must include an accurate assessment of your available techniques and their relative effectiveness. This requires you to be critically aware of your own limits, the limits of your allies, and the characteristics of your enemies. I believe that covers everything for today. Please return to the guild and make your report to Mistress Thurbrian. Until next we meet, I shall abide here until the Yellow Jackets arrive to take the peddlers into custody. My strategies will keep me company. Probably the one on PlayStation 1. I believe it was 7. The one where you could get the upgraded Lionheart sword. I remember having the playthrough book that I got from Blockbuster. The Lionheart, yeah, is from Final Fantasy VIII. I did have that guidebook also. But then I never finished the game. I had the guidebook after I had lost the game. But I had the game when I didn't have the guidebook. It was the most frustrating thing as a kid. Because I didn't beat it as a kid. I beat it now. But as a kid, I got stuck. On, I think I got stuck on maybe disc 3. Yeah, 8's my OG favorite. Should we go back? Yeah, we'll go back. With Squall and Renoa and Zell, who had the freaking Mike Tyson tattoo. And he just punched things. Arcane skill. Back from the field, Kilthor contacted me with a summary of events. It seems you were treated to a lecture on knowing thyself. That particular lesson is ordinarily taught only to intermediate practitioners. Without sufficient store of combat experience from which to draw, it is difficult to fully appreciate the profundity of such a seemingly simple truth. Nevertheless, I feel confident that you will soon be ready for a more ambitious assignment. Keep to your studies and maintain the razor edge of your mind. One last thing. Considering the dedication you have shown towards our discipline, I have decided to permit you leave to explore teachings offered by other guilds. I would suggest, however, that you first master the science of Arcanima. The strategic training you receive here will serve you well no matter the path you eventually choose to walk. Return to me when your reason tells you the time is right. So, none of these are really an upgrade, except for the hat. But I don't want the hat yet. We'll take the money. Yeah, 10,000 needles. Yeah. You can now have access to the armory system. Yeah, it would basically one-shot you or run away. And then if you killed enough of the small ones on an island, the jumbo cactar would appear, and I think it had 100,000 needles. And if you beat him, you'd get the Guardian Force jumbo cactar. Unless I'm thinking the jumbo cactar is the one that has 10,000. Topaz teachings. Oh. Is this where I start my healing lessons? No, not yet. I think I need to do one more quest. Summon Topaz. Do you remember Odin's castle? You had to choose the time limit. freaking Final Fantasy VIII loved having you choose your time limit. And then it having a secret little meaning to it at the end. You seem tired, Kazakura. Are you sleeping properly? One's reasoning can suffer without sufficient rest and recuperation. Should you deem yourself fit for duty, pray make your way down to the practice floor. Overseer Kelthea has requested you accompany her on another official inspection. There is, however, a requirement for your participation. The Overseer will explain the situation. The castle was a side dungeon to get Odin, and Odin was like a it wasn't an official guardian force. He would just randomly pop in and just one-shot whatever enemy at the beginning of a fight. And that was like the most OP thing for like a disc, or like 1 or 2 discs, I think it is. And yeah, my wife does play this game. She plays a black mage because she likes to do big magic damage. I was beginning to think I'd miscalculated. Thank you for coming. I will soon be boarding a trading vessel suspected of smuggling. All merchant ships that make use of Limsa ports are subject to inspection by Mail Van's Gate assessors. It is a routine I perform daily. In the case of smugglers, however, there is a 75% probability of encountering resistance. Thus, I would appreciate your company during this assignment. It is now that we must discuss the requirement of which you were informed. Though I have full confidence in your martial expertise, it is imperative that you first acquire the ability to summon Topaz Carbuncle. Such knowledge will be released to you contingent on your acceptance of this duty. Yes. Very good. The arcane entity given form by the Topaz geometry will further expand your offensive capabilities. With such an ally at your command, even the harshest of enemies will falter before you. Indeed, we could not conduct these dangerous spot inspections without its support. Please return to Mistress Thru and inform her of your participation. I will join you once I have completed some final adjustments to my tactical formula. Triple Triad? Yeah. I got decently good the second time I played. The first time I was terrible. I had no idea what was going on. But the second time, after reading like a walkthrough and stuff, that's when I knew it was best that they like told you to just like save right beforehand and just keep resetting until your opponent plays the card that you're looking for, and then you have to win. But then once you start winning those OP cards and you just fill them full, your deck full of the strongest cards you have, then it becomes so much easier. Like you have the Squall, the Selfie, Ifrit card. Every like character had a card of themselves, and they were the strongest cards. You have agreed to accompany the Foreseer. Then I shall gladly instruct in the use of Topaz. Pray do not hesitate to employ this entity in combat should the inspection turn sour. Thank you. And Triple Triad is in this game. They brought it over from Final Fantasy VIII to this game because it's so popular. It's one of the most popular side games in video games, probably. Right up there with Gwent from Witcher 3. I have to move this around. Fuck. I'm getting too many abilities already. I played Gwent briefly. I do not get the hype on Gwent myself. You love Gwent? Did you try the mobile game Gwent that they released? I tried it a little bit, and I mean it's basically just Gwent. So if you like Gwent, then I suppose you would probably just like that game without having to boot up Witcher 3 to play. The mercenaries Gisfrin and Aristoda are here to assist with the inspection. Both are old hands when it comes to escorting Kithia during her more dangerous duties. Well met. My spells are at your disposal. This won't be the first time we're expecting trouble, but as long as we follow the Foreseer's tactics and keep a clear head, we'll come through just fine. The Morning Star is preparing to dock in Elport. We will meet our first challenge. However, before we even board the vessel, it is almost a certainty that the merchant ship has hired a thug or two to accost us at the pier. I calculate the probability at 98%. The crew wish to avoid attacking us on deck, you see, as that would all but trumpet their criminal intentions to the world at large. Now, once we do manage to clear the rails, we will face a deck crowded with armed sailors. For a small party such as ours, the most effective strategy will be to incapacitate individual foes as swiftly as possible. Each opponent we down is one less weapon raised against us. It is imperative that we do not allow ourselves to become tangled in multiple, drawn-out skirmishes, lest we be overwhelmed. I call this stratagem hammerfall. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one situation into the desired reality. Keep those words in mind, Kazakura. It is time we departed. Let us regroup before the main gates of Elport. Yeah. Yeah, this game's clarity is pretty good. Oh, and there's a hot beach party happening tonight, apparently. Sunday night. Oh, not tonight, Sunday night. There's a hot beach party happening Sunday night. Hey, if you get on this game, Richie, you could go to this beach party Sunday night. Be there. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I mean, I think I did pretty good on my character. I'm not wearing sexy clothes, but this is beginning character gear, but I think I did pretty good. I also don't get to customize my armor yet. because that's unlocked later in the game. So we're doing this outside of L-Port. Let me go to Swift Perch. Oh wait, no, this one. Oh wait, are both of these? Where's this going? Oh, both of these are happening at Swiftport. Yeah, I'm level 100. I've made a few characters, but I've deleted most of them except for my main one, who is a paladin mostly. So I would say this is my second official character since I'm playing it on stream. The nice thing about this game is you don't have to keep making new characters to try everything out, because you can switch jobs and try out a new job and like level up a new one or whatever. 15 gil. I mean, I've been playing this game for like 8 or 9 years, so I would hope I'm at the current cap. And so is my wife. Though I've never gotten multiple characters to level 100. Yeah. It's happening in... They have a release date. 1 second. I am spacing. It's the end of the year. Or maybe it's next year. No, I think it is the end of this year. Yeah. Oh no, it's next year. January 2027. And yeah, that'll be... I mean, they do update patches, and each patch usually comes with new gear and stuff. But the main thing is new level. A new level cap means new abilities. So existing abilities get updated, they become stronger, or they get replaced with better ones. And that's one of the most exciting things. And two new jobs are coming out. That's what's really exciting, is 2 new jobs too. So before we do that, let's go over here and do our class quest. Let me make sure it's level cap. It might be 110. It is 110, sorry. It'll be 110. So I guess they're going by 10 intervals now, because they don't want to increase the level so fast. Which makes sense. It's already difficult for a brand new player to get into the game, and be like, oh, I have 100 levels and 150 hours of story to get through before I'm where everybody else is. Oh, I never picked up my mail. There's a male chocobo in here. Or not a male chocobo, a male moogle. Aetheryte. Touch the rock. Crystal. Ooh. What do we got here? Oh! My Shibu mount. My lunar well mount. And my fat cat mount. Let's go. Oh yeah, watching all the cutscenes, reading all the dialogue, which, you know, some people skip. If you skip through everything, it's probably more like 60 hours of gameplay. Maybe it's less than that, but you shouldn't be skipping dialogue, you shouldn't be skipping cutscenes and stuff. Because the story is phenomenal. Let us be about our task. Pray inform the steersman at the pier that we are ready to conduct our inspection. Should violence be offered, you are to execute stratagem Hammerfall. Do not forget, your tactics are both your shield and your weapon. Okay. What's over here? Yeah, that always irritates me when people play a game for the first time. Skip all the cutscenes. Yeah. For real. And then they'll say, oh, this game has no story. Or this game's story is trash. After they skip everything. Or this game has no content. And that's just ridiculous. When you skip. Now, if you actually read everything and you play through it, and you know, you get past the slow bits and stuff, and you get into what people consider to be the hype parts of the game, and then you still don't like it for whatever reason, then I could understand you being like, oh, this game, I don't like this game's story. You're with the folks from Melving's Gate, huh? Hells, I knew there'd be trouble. A hostile presence. Get him. Ruin. 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 Hello? Oh, the thing didn't pop up at first. Well then, I'm certainly glad to see you can handle yourself. You'll find the landing boat just down here at the end of this ramp. I'll have no part of what comes next, though. You just let that guy go? I feel like he was in on this whole pirate thing, and we're just letting him go? Whatever. Raisin. Deftly handed, Kazakura. Once again, I am reminded of our guildmaster. Thanks to your efficient response, we will be able to commence this inspection earlier than I had calculated. We shall board the merchant vessel out in the bay. Aristoda, if you would take the rudder, the Morning Star awaits. Do 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 do. Since their welcoming party at the pier failed to deter us, I expect, with a probability of 85%, that our arrival will incite further belligerence. Our objective, however, is not to trade blows, but to gain access to the hold. It may behoove us to employ stratagem hardhead. The aim of our opponents is to buy time, so that suspect goods may be tossed into the ocean. I do not intend to give them that time. We will bull our way towards the cargo hold as quickly as we can. That mustache on that guy is awful. It is a tactic fraught with risk, but one with that your presence makes possible. Shall we begin? Bro, shave that mustache. Or grow a full beard. I am Foreseer Kalia. By the authority of Melving's Gate, I request that you surrender your goods for assessment. Well now, your timing couldn't be worse, lass. The old door is all rusted up. You see, bloody thing won't open. You'll have to come back another day after we've fixed the hinges. We will see the cargo now. Any vessel entering a port of Limsa Laminza is bound by law to submit to a routine inspection. The law, is it? Lads, I reckon it's time our guests aid themselves a little accident. Pitch 'em over the side. Alright, it's Instacast. Let's go. Roof. Level up, let's go! Beat him up! Nice. Get off our healer. You're dead. It's pretty good. It looks good. It runs smoothly. You can play on console. A masterful display, Kazukura. Now we can finally gain access to their cargo. A deep, rich story. Oof. Uh-oh. What Abliera then? It's one of old bitch Admiral's lapdogs scampering about me ship. You're just like your mistress, always sticking your nose in where it ain't invited. No, it can't be. Huh, recognized me pretty face, did ye? But you were caught, exiled. Forseer, are you hurt? Can you stand? Stay back. You stay away from me. Forseer, please, calm down. What are your orders? I've had enough of your whimpering, and I've certainly had enough of these bloody books. It's clear you ain't learning anything from them. Rude. She's freaking out. Reckon it's time you got a different kind of lesson. Ah! And she blacks out. Okay. Nofika, preserve us. She's fainted. We must withdraw. Kazukura, quickly, back to the boat. We'll carry the Forseer. Aye, that's right. Ye slink on back to your mistress, ye worthless curs. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. What do you say? We'll take care of Kalia. You'd best return to the Arcanist Guild and report to Mistress Thru. Alright. But before that, we got a quest here, so we don't have to come back. Hopefully. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, on to the main story. So we interrupt that quest line for this quest line. The main quest line. Commodore Rayner sent word we'd be getting reinforcements, but I didn't expect him to send you. You certainly look like you've seen your share of action. No, I don't. Though you bear little resemblance to the wide-eyed whelp I met fresh off the ferry. Oh, right, he was there. In any case, do you know what you're fighting for here? This place, Swift Perch, it was rebuilt by folk who stood strong in the face of every hardship the calamity threw their way. And we're not about to let some fish-fancying scum claim the honor of being the ones who finally broke their spirits. Don't give those pirate bastards one bloody ilm, you hear me? Sir, yes sir. Here they come! The big boys. Hey now, I thought all of them yellow jacket worms was meant to be busy. That useless scrag ain't followed the plan, has he? Now what? Pull back and wait for our Sahagan brothers? Piss on that. We ain't turning back empty-handed. Remember, no killing the small folk, or it'll be your blood what stains Lord Leviathan's altars. They're gonna kidnap children? The yellow bellies you can butcher at will. Them dirt-eating slugs'll be crushed under the full might of the Serpent Reavers. Seems Swiftperch was the main target after all, eh? Squads 1 and 2, protect the townsfolk. Squads 3, you're our rear guard. The rest of you, we meet their charge where we stand. Let us bear the Commodore word of our victory, or no word at all. Or Limza Limenza. Ah, I'll gut you all, yellow bellies, and dance on your gizzards. Well, that seems pretty extreme. Nice. There's a big battle going. Who's that healer? Heal the healer! Yeah. Assault mage. A demon. Kill him. Yeah. Nice. We got him, boys. Well fought. The Reavers are beaten and scattered. I'll take some men and hunt down the stragglers. Oh, but there may be more of them lurking about, so don't let your guard down just yet. Uh-oh. The source of her strength becomes clear. You may have bested the golem, but you will not fare so well this day. Ha 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 ha. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite my enemies. Nice. Now that's a demon. Your very being imperils the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. It's a lesser gargoyle, though. So it should be fine. Oh, whoops. Loki, go. Y'shtola, my savior. A fearsome opponent. There are extreme bosses that do that, but that's for like high-end, difficult content. That the wisdom of the paragons would be brought low by mere mortals. Paragons, did he say? Then it is as I feared. They are known as the bringers of chaos, or Asians, to give them their proper name. It would seem our suspicions were correct. It is they who have been manipulating the beast tribes. Pardon, you would know if we Charlians have encountered Asians before. I have never spoken to you of my homeland. How did you know whence I hail? Wait, I do begin to see. You have been blessed with a special gift. Are you alright, lass? If I'd known a mean bugger like that was hiding in the bushes, I would have left a squad or 6 to keep you company. I'm good. Well, at least now we can call this kidnapping investigation to a close. Those reavers were the ones spiriting folk away in the dead of night, and this bastard here was pulling all the strings. A trifle simplistic, but not inaccurate. I came as soon as I sensed his presence, but I never thought to find such a scene of carnage. Yet we prevailed, and thanks to your heroic actions, I have learned much. Aye, heroic is the word. I don't want to think about what would have happened if you hadn't been here, friend. And your assistance is much appreciated too, Lady Y'shtola. Please give our regards to the Scions. I am glad to have played a role in bringing what I hope is an end to this disturbing spat of abductions. The thread of your fate forms a part of most intriguing tapestry. Mayhap we will be afforded the chance to speak more in the near future. For now, however, we must see this particular tale to its conclusion. Pray send my greetings to Commodore Raynor. You like those cat ears, Rich? They're nice, aren't they? I bet they would be soft. Aw, Crack Rock blew up. Alright, so... Alright, both of them take us to the beginning, to the main... Let's go turn in the Arcanists first, since it's the side story. It is good to see you well, Kazakura. XIV sent word ahead of your travels. An unfortunate turn of events, but considering the infamous Blackheart you faced, you might have fared much worse. Have you heard of the pirate Dozmega? He was exiled from Limsa Limenza some years ago, but appears he has chosen to defy the Admiral's orders. And once more he dares lay a hand on Forseer Cathia. The poor lass must have been terrified. If I had known Dozmega was aboard that ship, I never would have assigned her that duty. The assessor may require some time to recover. For Cathia, that man is a nightmare made flesh. Though her physical wounds will soon mend, there is little we can do to salve the hurt to her mind. You are concerned. Angry, mayhap? Harness that energy and channel it into your training. I predict we shall be needing your skills again before long. Okay, so this is... Alright, we can use these hands, the tights, or the boots. Let's do gloves. Those are kind of cool, actually. I'll take it. And we can't do this until level 20. Alright, level 20. Now we go to the Marauders Guild. Miyumi, eagerly have I awaited your return. Word of your exploits is already spreading through the ranks. My troops and I owe you a great debt of gratitude for your timely assistance. You have shown yourself to be possessed of a sure arm, a strong spirit, and sound judgment. Would that Limsa Limenza had more of your like. I have little doubt that you shall one day join the ranks of Eorzea's greatest adventurers. It is but a matter of time. Clearly, Bataron's eye for potential remains as sharp as ever, though I doubt even he imagined you capable of such feats. Might you favor me with my own account of the day's events? Such victories bear retelling. Y'shtola has been working with us for quite some time, you see, and she was only too willing to assist the Yellow Jackets in the kidnapping investigation, proving herself a stalwart ally of Limsa Limenza yet again. Needless to say, after your part in thwarting the attempted sabotage of the victory and the small matter of your deeds at Swift Perch, you too have proven yourself a valued friend of the Thalacracy. Admiral. Hup. Hup. Oh shit. It's the Admiral. May I present to you Admiral Blausefiswin. Huh? Blausefin? Finally, some voice acting. Ah, Bluesfisfin. Well, thanks. Yes, Mommy. Sorry, Mommy. Sorry, Mommy. Sorry. Mindian ring. Let's go. Piercing resistance. Dry shoes. I am not sure you understand just how unusual it is for the Admiral to invite an adventurer to a state banquet. It is highly coveted honor, why even the officers under her direct command are rarely afforded such recognition. But I will not deny you have earned it. Many of the tasks you have performed in service to the Thalacracy have been both difficult and dangerous. This is a reward for all of your efforts, a nod to your many achievements, both large and small. Has the enormity of this moment yet to sink in? Perchance you will realize its significance when you stand before the assembled dignitaries of Limsa Laminza. And now that I have imagined the scene, I realize that you will require attire suitable for the occasion. I suggest you visit the wench and see what Bounderon can arrange. He is surprisingly knowledgeable about such things. Let's go. Sprint. Well, if it ain't Merible's guest of honor. Hobnobbin with the high and mighty now, is it? I tell you, lass, I damn near snorted ale out me nose when I heard the news. You've come a long bloody way, you have, and that's the truth. Well, one thing's for sure. You'll not want for decent grub. These banquets are catered by the bleeding Bismarck, no less. 'Tis a grand chance to fill your belly to burstin' with fine and more importantly, free food. But we can't have you turning up in your shit-caked venturing gear. No, the hero of the hour needs to have a touch of refinement about her, if only to stop folk complaining when she stuffs her face with cake. Take yourself over to the octant and speak with Jeshinrim, the Brugaire Consortium. She'll furnish you with the summit ladylike to wear. I've already had a word with her, so all you need to do is pick up the goods, then bring them back here so as I can tell you what's what. Good morning, miss. I assume you're the underdressed lady Banderon mentioned? I see he was not exaggerating. Wow, rude. I've chosen these especially for your debut in polite society. Fear not, I'm certain you will absolutely adore them. I think she said I smelled. Putting on a fancy pair of shoes isn't going to change that I smell. Been to see Giselle, have you? Let's have the box then. A small lockbox entrusted to you by Giselle of the Bruguier Conservatorium. There we go. A nice pair of dress shoes for ye. Alas, mightn't have much else to her name, but so long as she's got a decent pair of shoes on her feet, there ain't nowhere she can't go. Think of them as a gift from me and all the other folk you've done right by all along the way. Aye, aye, 'tis a very moving gesture, I know. Just don't go welling up on me. That wouldn't do for your limousin new hero to turn up at the banquet soaked in her own tears and snot. Any road, that's your garb sorted. Now you just need to settle your nerves. Tell me when you're ready, and I'll tell you where meant to go. Swiftcast, let's go. Let's put Swiftcast here. For now, I guess. They're not that fancy. You're ready then, are ye? Good, the banquet will be starting soon. If you waited any longer, I'd considered it my civic duty to have it over the head and drag you there. Wow. Now, make sure you're wearing them fancy shoes when you turn up. Alright, carrying them won't do no good. They're meant to make you look like a lady. Remember, not a lady's bleeding lackey. As for directions, the feast being held at the bridge in the Admiral's briefing room. Speak with Xanthel in the Bulwark Hall, and he'll show you the way. I just keep that head all die, lass. Everything you've done for Limsa, you've good reason to be proud, and don't let no high-born bugger tell you different. Dress shoes? Fancy dress shoes? An adventurer wearing fancy dress shoes? Oh, now those are some fancy dress shoes. Come, adventurer, I will show you to the briefing room. Sure. Oh, you like my crack rock? No, it's my crack rock. It keeps me high. Yeah, 'cause I was high. Off this crack rock. because I have crack rock? Mommy crack rock? You're a crack It is my crack rock. Of course I'll keep it safe. Do you got spoon? Spoon for my crack rock? Oh. Sorry, I'm having a high right now. Can never predict when this crack rock's gonna make you high. It's strong like that. That's a Solid Snake reference. You didn't get it? Snake! Snake! Behold Bahamut once more. Magnificent, the eons of imprisonment have only made him hungrier. I am aware of them. Pay them no mind. They are powerless to act. It has begun. Soon the planet will regain its true form. Ugh. Morning, sunshine. All a bit much for you, was it? Too much crack rock. Think I OD'd a little bit. What happened? Ah, you don't remember then? You keeled over in the middle of the banquet and caused a right stir. Had to carry ye back to the wench myself. Well, I say carry, 'twas more a matter of dragging and rolling. Too much cake, I reckon. Too much cake, I reckon. Any road, don't fret. 'Tis a little wonder ye was exhausted after everything you've been through lately. Your little nap seems to have put some color back in your cheeks, though, so I'll leave ye to it. Bugger, I almost forgot. The Admiral wants to have a word with ye. When ye feel up to it, talk to Zenithil and let ye in the command room. Oh, and stay awake, eh? I'm told Merylibs was in the middle of telling ye a story when ye started snoring last time, and I doubt she'd look kindly on ye if you repeated the trick. Alright. Greetings. Admiral Blowspoon awaits you in the command room. Shall I announce you? Ah, Kazakura. It is good to see you on your feet again. You are recovered. Then let us waste no time. I have a task that needs doing. One I would entrust to no other. The duty I have in mind for you requires some explanation. I do hope you have not made other plans. To business, then. I have penned a letter to each of my counterparts in the Yorzian Alliance. The Battle of Cartano and the calamity that followed claimed countless lives. It has been 5 years since those of us who were spared dragged ourselves from the ashes to look upon an Eorzea we scarcely knew. 5 years, and yet the people still suffer. Their lives are fraught with worry and hardship, and the warriors of light who might once have given them hope are gone. Yet we must press on regardless. We will never truly do so, however, till we have faced our past. To that end, I am proposing that a memorial service be held in each of the city-states on the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Cartano. These letters contain the details of said proposal, and I would have you deliver them to our allies as my personal envoy. You have proven yourself a staunch and able ally to Limsa, but that is not my only reason for choosing you. No, I choose you because you possess a quality which puts me in mind of history's champion. A quality I feared lost. Say that you will perform this duty. I knew you would not disappoint me. This task shall take you far from the borders of our nation, to the city-states of Gridania and Ul'dah. A grueling journey, to be sure, were you to travel by sea and land, but I mean to have you take to the skies. An airship pass to be used at your discretion. Airships bound for the nations of our allies leave from the landing connected to the bridge, but before you depart, I suggest you trouble Badaron for a few pearls of wisdom regarding each of your destinations. The old bastard is nothing if not well traveled. 'Tis a pity I cannot issue such passes with a freer hand, as I did in more peaceful times, when berths were not so limited. But in these times of war, every craft we commit to the clouds risks drawing the eye of the Empire, and every voyage must needs to be born of necessity. Lest you doubt, I consider your place well deserved. Nor am I alone in that opinion. There were other parties who would see you granted the privilege of air travel. Aye, Kazakura, your deeds do not go unnoticed. Full many see great promise in you, but I have flattered you enough. On behalf of Limsa Lominsa and her people, I bid you go forth, adventurer, discover the realm of which so many have fraught and died. Wonder and danger await you in equal measure, but turn not from either. Only by braving the unknown will you achieve the greatness of which you are surely capable. The light of the crystal guides you, and I wager that your destiny will be no small thing. Am I doing the main story missions, or are you doing side quests as well? This is main quest right here. The main quest, because it has this symbol on it. The only side quests I'm doing are my my class related quests, and that's every 5 levels I get a new one of those, which I'm level 18, so in 2 more levels I'll have another job class or job quest, and I'll come back to do that. But in the meantime, I'm only doing main story because that's all you have to do in this game to get to max level. You don't have to grind, at least on your first job. You only have to do the main story quests to level all the way up to 100. Back from your meeting with the Admiral, are ye? Personal bleeding envoy. So you'll be carrying the word of the Admiral herself to the leaders of the Alliance. Bugger me, I knew ye was going up in the world, but I didn't realize you'd got that bloody I'm proud of ye, lass, thinking of how far you come. Why, 'tis enough to bring a tear to me eye. And that ain't the ale talking neither. Well, not just the ale, at any rate. Bless the navigator for steering ye my way. Of course, this is only the start. Now you've got your hands on an airship pass. Viola Viorzi is laid out before ye, like a fair maid on a feather bed. And she's a big girl, too, with plenty of enticing nooks and crannies. If ye think us Leminians are characters, just wait till you cross paths with the grim forest dwellers of Gridania, or trade coins with the crafty merchants of Ul'dah. And then there's the wild places where the beasties rule, and no bugger with an ounce of sense sets foot. But you're an adventurer, so I wouldn't let a little thing like that hold you back. Of course, it ain't all exploring and incitement. There's a heap of troubles. What plagues every nation sea ain't just ours. I'm talking intrigue and infighting, beastmen and their goddamn primals. Aye, there's an ugly side to life, and sooner or later you're bound to walk into it. But I'll wager there's bugger all there as you can't handle. Some tells me you're going to be just fine. The realm's at it rough, 'tis true, but folk are beginning to recover from the beating the calamity dealt them. Call me an hopeless optimistic, but it wouldn't take much to turn things around. 'Tis the perfect time for a adventurer like yourself to get out there and make a difference. Well, what are you waiting for? Yeah, this is online. They don't really join my quests. They're just kind of out and about in the world, running around. You know, they're doing their own thing. Like this person, these two. Well, she's AFK and she's doing her own thing. And the only time they really join my quests is if I'm doing a dungeon, which a dungeon's kind of far off right now. Airship landing. Dungeons and what's called trials are 8 players. Dungeons are 4 players. And then there's big alliance raids that are 24 players. But that's really the only time other players join you. Everything else, main story quests, are all single player. Oh, whoops. I needed to take this up. Right down. Airship landing. People describe it as an RPG MMO, and you put the RPG first because the main story and everything is single player. So the role-playing story is first and foremost in the developers' minds, and then the MMO aspect comes after, basically. Greetings. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Gridania. Wait, aren't you the famous adventurer? I thought I recognized you. You're an inspiration to us all. Highwind Skyways is at your disposal. Will you be traveling with us today? Yes. I'll be right back. I need a drink. Alright, I'm back. To the airship. We're going to Gridania. Attention, all passengers. The airship bound for Gridania is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. Good fortune to ye, Kazakura. The day will come when your name means the same as the arrow to the folk of this realm. May ye walk in the light of the crystal. Is the background music coming in alright? Oh. Oh no. It's the bad guys. Probably. Yeah. Dead. Alright, well there's the bad guys. Well, some of the bad guys. There's multiple bad guys. Gridania! Oh, you can jump over that. Ah, you must be the envoy from Limsa Laminza. Welcome to Gridania, madam. The Elder Seats here awaits your arrival. Greetings, good madam. You are the Laminzian envoy, are you not? I have received instructions to assist you. Pray, make your way into the city proper and identify yourself to the conjurer at Nofika's altar. She will admit you to the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seetsier awaits. Great. Welcome to the Catalan Canopy, a place of respite for adventurers like yourself. It is an honor indeed to receive visitors from afar. As you may imagine, the Twelveswood has scarcely begun to recover from the devastation wrought by the calamity, and Gridania wants for all the help it can get. I hope we can count on yours. Sure. Sprint. Touch the rock. Or smell the rock. Smell the giant crack rock. Oh yeah, we got more minions, so... Little chocobo check. Smell the other crack rock. Yeah, that's good. Hello. Oh. You are the Laminzian envoy. Begging your pardons, madam, but might I inspect the missive you bear? No. Here you go. Verily, this is the seal of the Admiral of Limsa Laminza. Please come with me. Hi. A remembrance service for the fallen of Cartano. To think that 5 years have already come and gone. It seems like only yesterday that the Garlean Empire attempted to seize all that we hold dear. Rising in resistance, the city-states of Eorzea formed the Grand Companies and joined hands in alliance. But unbeknown to us, the Garleans sought not to best us in battle, but moved instead to enact a terrible plot, the Meteor Project, by which the lesser moon, Dalamud, would be torn down from the heavens to annihilate all life below. In a desperate bid to save the realm from certain destruction, our forces marched for the Cartano Flats, and there met the 7th Imperial Legion. More bloody a battle I have never seen, and would never wish to see again, yet the carnage was but a prelude to the atrocity which followed. For despite our best efforts, Dalamud continued its descent, and from it emerged the elder primal Bahamut, who proceeded to rain fire upon Eorzea. The 7th Imperial Legion was consumed in the blinking of an eye, while our own forces fared little better. That any among us were spared defies explanation. All seemed sure to perish. As the flames converged upon us, I prepared myself for death, only for a brilliant light to envelop me, relieving me of my senses. When at last I awoke, Bahamut was gone, and the land, which had but moments before been aflame, now seemed to me a place unknown. Not simply ruined, but changed. Archon Louis Soir may well have been able to shed light upon these mysteries, but he, like so many, never returned from Cartano. And so we were left with countless questions, and no prospect of an answer. Yet such matters do not long occupy our thoughts, for we had far graver concerns. The calamity, as the devastation wrought by Bahamut has come to be known, laid our nations nigh to waste, and to this day we struggle to rebuild our lives and homes. Alright, Rich. No, not tomorrow. My wife is off, so I probably won't be streaming. I'll try to get back on like Monday, I think. Thanks for sticking around and hanging out. To compound matters, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, while the Empire encroaches upon our borders, consolidating its foothold in Eorzea. The outlook, in short, is bleak. In the wake of the calamity, it has been all each nation could do to nurse its own wounds. Yet if we are to weather the coming storm, we must needs stand united once more. Our remembrance service may well present an opportunity to rekindle the spirit of unity which first gave rise to the Alliance. Hey, thanks, Richie. Have a good rest of your day. Be safe. I wholeheartedly approve the Admiral's proposal. The necessary provisions shall be made for a service here in Gridania. You have done the people of Eorzea a fine service this day, and I would not put you to further trouble. I shall see that my reply reaches the Admiral anon. You, meanwhile, are bound next for Ul'dah, are you not? Please send the Flame General my regards. Ah, and if you would be so kind, I should appreciate it if you would inform him that a pet of mine has been ill-behaved of late. My wolf, to be precise. Needless to say, he must be brought to heel, and I would very much welcome the General's counsel on how this might be achieved. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safe to Ul'dah and beyond. Alright. We have been streaming for a good while, and I haven't eaten at all. Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. So I'm probably going to get off here soon, too. Anyways. We'll get to Ul'dah, and then I'll probably, end the stream. Are you not, cousin? The Lemons and Envoy? On behalf of all Highwind Skyways, may I say what an honor it is to serve you. Will you be flying with us today? Yes. Alright, we'll leave it here right before we go to Ul'dah. I'm gonna get off. Thank you so much for sticking around, hanging out. If you would leave a like on the stream, I would appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new, or follow on Twitch. New on Twitch, follow. I hit that 500 subscribers on YouTube.